Alright, now I've got the camera working. Hi, I'm edA-qa, and I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit more. And this is my stream about designing puzzle games. I'm the designer of edaqasroom.com, and you can check that out. And I'm going to be designing another one of these puzzles. This is the puzzle from last time, the Snacking Bears puzzle. The clock strikes midnight, stirring the bears awake, who one by one get up and grab a snack. And there's a bunch of bears scattered around the screen. In which order do the bears eat their snacks? So this is the puzzle. I recommend you would take it out. I'll throw the link down into chat. Let me just put it on the other system here, just so I can copy it over. It'd be good to have the chat there. And so these puzzles have been well received. This is the second one of these. I'm going to do a third one. And these are just like one-off puzzles. They're just kind of a way for me to do puzzles that are something slightly different than they would in the games. The games have a bit more complex puzzles, but this also lets me try out ideas, what works and what doesn't work, where people find things interesting and what doesn't, and what might not be so good. So this is part of edA-qa's room. I should really have a link, but I don't. Also edA-qa's kitchen if you like food. But edA-qa's room. And these are the two puzzles. Carnival's a new one. There is a tournament for this tonight, where if you're watching this on November 29th, if you happen to watch this live, anytime somebody news comes on the stream, I'll be sure to mention that. There's a competition here of that, and that's going on tonight. But today I want to do another one of these ones. Clock strikes midnight, stir the bears awake, who one by one get up and grab a snack. Not exactly this one. I have a new idea in my head. I have a letter grid. It's not, I say new ideas, and most puzzles tend to be derivative in some way. Because if a puzzle is completely new, then nobody will have any idea how to solve it. You can't have everything completely new. So you take existing ideas, and the goal, like with the bear one, I took some ideas that you have seen in puzzles before, if you do a lot of them, and twist it in a different way, and then put some cute bears on top of it to make it even better. So what I saw this time is I wanted to do one with cookies, but I have a problem entering the thing, because you have to enter an answer here. I wanted to do a cookie automata, but I have no way to enter the answers. So I got to find one that actually fits with a simple answer down here. So then I have a word puzzle. And initially I was just going to put letters, but I thought it'd be more fun to make it cuter if I then put shapes. And then I was looking around the vector site, so vector stock, and I saw animal footprints. And I thought, this is what the puzzle has to be. We have to have animal footprints on this puzzle. So I'm going to get these animal footprints. I'm going to download this one right here. Don't want the zip file. I want the Adobe Illustrator file. I really don't. I kind of want like an SVG file, but that's all I get. And unfortunately, so these are animal tracks. Oops, I always name them slightly differently. It's animal tracks. I would prefer SVG files, but unfortunately none of the sites offer that directly. I use Pixabay and OpenClipArt when I can. This one I just happen to see here, so I'll stick with it here. And unfortunately, the problem with AI files is they require Adobe Illustrator Open. There's no good solution for opening Illustrator files outside of Illustrator that preserves the groupings. I don't want to look at the things, I want the groupings in the file. Not so important for these puzzles, but for the edA-qa's room, it definitely is. And yeah, so that's why I want to preserve, and it has the same problem with EPS. Illustrator is like the only one that can make heads or tails of the EPS file because basically it's exported from there. So these download options are a little bit redundant in the sense that if you can effectively use EPS or PDF vector files, you pretty much have Illustrator. All right, so I put it in Windows because that's where the machine is. I'm using Linux mainly. And somewhere here, I got to go to the network. Escape here, that's my server. Singles, stock, animal tracks. Now sometimes I have issues like last week where I couldn't open the files. I had to export again and again. I'm trying to learn what the best export options are from Illustrator to avoid such problems. I'm thinking inline style sheet is the best way, but you know, who knows? Okay, and no, I don't need that. The animal tracks are small, which should be okay. Sometimes it's an issue because I don't want to say Inkscape has some issues, but it sometimes does if the transform matrices have too wide a range of values, like small values and large values, it gets a problem. You have to export something larger. But this should probably be okay. I can zoom. I don't know what any of the keys are in Illustrator. And export as then. We're going to export it as an SVG. Convert it and make everything presentation attributes. Decimals 5, preserve, minimize, don't minify that, and export that. All right. Now I can go over to Inkscape and open it up. Open it up, Inkscape. Oh no, 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 not one of these errors again, no. Not one of these. We hit a problem. I hit this sometimes. It's really distressing. Some files cause Inkscape to crash. And I'll wait for my thing to figure that out. And so I'll find a new way to export that file then. I don't know, how do you zoom in and out? Why is there no... This is the only program in the world where you don't have some option to use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Every combination. Seriously, there's no way to zoom in or out. It's just silly. And there's nothing special about this file, which is a bit weird. That usually there's something special about the file that prevents it from being imported or exported. But this one's like fairly normal. It even has like normal groups in it. Absolutely nothing special about this. So why does it not import or export? If I could copy and paste, I would, but I don't know. And I want several of these. So let me try the export again. What was the problem with this? SVG. Maybe I will choose minify. I'll choose inline style maybe. Okay, and then I'll show Inkscape again. Yeah, my Windows. Open, stuck. Come on, did it work? No, it didn't work. Fuck, I hate that, I hate that. I'll report that to Inkscape later, I always do. I always give them files, they just love me by now, a non-stop stream of files that break their system. I'm going to do the unusual. Because there's no color in here and all the things are well grouped, I'm going to see if I can import the AI directly. And wait, I'm trying to import the wrong file. Shit, that would make sense. Oh, I'm an idiot. This was the one last week that was working. That's the one I reported. Okay, this one works. We've got all the animal shapes I need. There we go. All right, got that going on. So if you are just joining us, I'm just designing a puzzle like this one over here. I kind of lost track there. It's something like this. So I'm going to open up that template. By template, I'm just going to open up the last one and save it, save a new one. I store all of these in Git, and I put them all up on Bitbucket, which I'm just torturing their server with large files. Snacking bears, there we go. Eventually, I'm going to have to do large file storage or find something else. I don't know why they have a limit to it. I mean, just give me more space. Why would I store large files somewhere else? I want to version them as well. Okay, I want now, what is this one? Could be animal tracks. Someday. You know what I thought? Tracks actually works well now. Tracks works better for what I'm trying to do. And you'll see that in a moment. Animal tracks. Get rid of the bear, bye bear, bear, bye bear, bye bear, bye background. Don't need those. And I know where this is going to go originally. Animal tracks. And this one we're going to keep here somewhere so I have the right font and stuff set up. And I'll just leave it there for now. I don't even know if I need it. I want to start with the frog. So what I have is, where's my frogs? Hey. Where did tracks go? Why is it opening in the same one? This is super weird. And see, now it opened in two files. That's what I wanted. Something went weird there. Okay. So I did tracks. So now what tracks do I want? And I'm going to do left and right, and so I need a grid in here. I don't know if there's an easy way to do a grid. Let's find out if there's an easy way to do a grid or not. I got to judge how big these have to be first. So I'm going to have something like this. There's a way to do a grid layout. So let's go over here. Let's just copy one of them for now. Let's copy the, which is an average sized one here. These are pretty big, might make them smaller. Take a penguin's foot. I'm going to stick it in there. I'm going to stick a letter beside it too. A. And I think I want like a really tall font, like American Captain. That's a nice tall font. If I could get back into double clicking it, make this bigger. These aren't the shapes I'm going to use. I just want to kind of lay it out for now. Trying to think about what size I need to use here. So let's group this together. If I just put this all here, is that a decent size? Align and distribute. Do 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 do. All right, I could put another one in, but it's too close to the side. So let's just go like this. Let's just put a group in there for now. Control C. Do 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 do. Put them all in the center bit. Space them out equally, and let's see where they go. Is this decent coverage? This looks like a decent grid to work from. The problem is I'm going to have a little bit less than that space available because I have to put the symbols along the sides. And I want to put them on both sides just because it's a little bit more interesting, and maybe the top and bottom. And I have to have at the top, I already know what I want at the top. Frog. And I'm going to have to put the symbol in for frog. I'm going to make that bigger afterwards. Frog. I can put in a cute graphic of a frog there afterwards. All right, so I have 8 by 8, and that'd be good, except I need to have stuff on the side. So I think I might have to make this slightly smaller to see what's a decent size. And that'll probably work. This will probably be big enough. Yeah. Bottom might be too small, but let's see. Might make it slightly smaller. We can probably get the height slightly smaller because they're a bit spaced together. I'm trying to think if I actually want that shape or not. Do I actually want them like that? What color do I want them? Do I want shapes? Do I want paths? I kind of like that pattern there. It makes a nice pattern. All right, so that's actually enough space there. And so we're going to need 8 pair of these that are quite distinct. And frog is definitely going to have to be one of them. I want frog. And I'm going to copy a bunch of them at the same time. I think dog is common enough. Doggy. Doggy. Come on, doggy. Put doggy over here. Dog. People like cats. People always like cats. So let's put a cat there as well. Cat, 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 cat. Cat, 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 cat. And just look like a human hand. So they have some challenge here. Let's do it with the wolf here now. Wolf. Wolf. So I have an 8 by 8, and I'm going to need 8 of them. Actually, I only have 7 here. 8 by 7. Oh, I only need one. I need one less column then, maybe. Otherwise, it'll be weird. Make them slightly smaller. Can I make this like a lot smaller and still be legible? Trick is to be legible. Can you still make out the shapes then? I think so. I think we could have 8. Not that I really need 8 by 8. I could also just do like 6 by 6. So 6 by 6. And that would be enough for the puzzle. It doesn't need to be more complex than that, so I think I'm making it more complex than it needs to be. So I could just go a 6 by 6, that's fine. And then it gives lots of space for this. All of this has lots of space. 606 by 9, so I need 6 animals. So let's get something that looks somewhat similar. So you have to concentrate ever so slightly. So these ones here and these ones here are different enough that you can notice. And let's do the opossum and the frog. So they're slightly similar, so you can't just get them right away. The idea is you have to pay attention slightly. And what else do I want? Monkeys, obvious. Horse is easy to tell the difference. And fox. Fox looks like a good one. They should be distinct, of course, but not super distinct. Like these all have similar patterns to them. It's like at first glance it looks the same, but you can definitely tell the difference if you look at them closely. Now the reason why I wanted to figure out whether it's 6 by 6 beforehand is I want to see what size these have to be. If that is 6 by 6, and that's actually going to be bigger than that. Change this for a bit here first. This can be bigger. I think it might have to be narrower. I'm going to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space them all equally, and I can have basically that layout. Oh, I did the same mistake again. I wanted only 6 by 6. So that's 6. Out of that group. That'll give me plenty of space to do this. Actually, they don't need to be that close together. I'm just doing the spacing now. Obviously, I'm not going to keep these ones. All right, that'll give me enough of that. The reason I want this first is I want to judge what size these hands can be here. I think that looks like a decent size. And I sized them all together so they have a relative same size to them. So this one's going to go over here then. Possum here. And this makes it relatively random because I copied them in a random order. You go away. I need that. Ah! So Inkscape has this feature where you can alt select something underneath it, but then you can't drag it though. Oh, it worked this time. Well, look at that. I just shut up right now then. All right, this one can go here. This one can go over here. This one will go here. And this one will go here. This one can go here. This is backwards. I wanted left and right on each side just because. And the bear goes over here. I've forgotten what these are. So like these are distinct. You can definitely tell the different shapes and you know which ones they are just because. And I could put bear here. I could follow the same pattern on the top and go across. And I'm wondering if that's preferable to having another random pattern at the top. Make people think a bit more. But sometimes it's not helpful to make them think more. But let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to rotate this. That'll make an interesting variation. They should be in the same order. Now, let's put them in a different order. You'll see what the puzzle is soon. I have it in my head. I'm not going to tell you what it is right away, though. Okay, so I have those, and then I want these other ones. And they should be rotated the same way. It's tempting to make them rotate the other way. Although I wonder, maybe I should make it walk around the side, like there's a track around it. Yeah, that sounds more interesting. Then I'll make the other ones weird too. All right, so these are going to be like this. I got to get them the right size now. So my own test, this one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. The frog goes here. bear goes here, and this goes here. So you can see the pattern there is right now is if I say frog, frog, this is the exact puzzle. Frog is right here. This is frog because frog lines with frog. Very simple. So these all have to go the other way around. It's just going to go horizontal, 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 horizontal. We're walking this way. I screwed that up. Which way do I want? I want to walk this way around. So these can all face the other way as well. Actually, wait, let's do that backwards. Because only these ones had to change. Why on earth did these get super big when I made them switch vertical? That's just wacky. Wacky indeed. I ungroup them and regroup them and it fixes it. All right, so I have that. Okay, so if you're just joining the show, what I'm doing is another puzzle like this one here. And I want to do bear tracks this time. Not bear tracks, just animal tracks. So I have all of these. These have to be middle spaced and equally spaced this way. Wait, that was too far, so this one has to be more this way. This one has to be more this way. In the middle, and equally space them. Equally spacing doesn't work because they have different sizes. Interesting. So let's put it this way. We're going to have to eyeball it then because the balance is a bit off. Okay, and frog will be bigger then too. Now I don't like the middle bit. The middle bit is going to be a bit off. Is what I want to do is scatter a whole bunch of footprints in there and a whole bunch of letters in there. So that's my sizing roughly. I know it was 6 by 6, so let's ungroup this. Let's try again with the new colors. My puzzle site. So the roundness actually, that was just random, but it kind of worked. But I have this logo sort of there, whether that will be as well. Somebody's sending me messages, sorry there. Ungroup this. What do I want? I think this is the right letter. And that's about the right size, but I'll stick them in there later. I'll make them all the exact same size. Now the contrast has to be quite high. So which color should these be first of all? I can make them blue. That's interesting. I'll just match my own color scheme. Group these together, just so I can use them again later. Now what do I want to do with this? Do I want to have no fill to this? That looks a bit off. Let's do 100% first of all. Follow my own color pattern. It's easy when you have a color pattern to keep following the same one, but this one is not nearly as colorful, and I think I want to keep it that way. Unless I put a frog up here and follow the color of the frog, but that could be misleading. So then this is going to be this color scheme. And then for reference, I'm going to have something like this. This can be ever so slightly smaller. And these are the same size. Like these could have all been made slightly bigger, but I think the size is big enough. So on a phone this will be a bit difficult, but that's okay. I usually have desktop. You can zoom in, and you can still tell slightly. It's a bit smaller. Or should I make them all bigger? That's the smallest one, but it's relatively distinct. You can still kind of see it. Is it enough? Is it enough? I'm trying to hold my phone up this size. I think so. If you look closely, you can see it. But it should be a different color. I think. But I only have so many colors. Take this black then. Make it very distinct, and I have that distinctly there. So I have this pattern. Is this too light and too dark? All right, let's find out. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one is the right size there. Space this apart. So now I have to decide, do I have the right colors? Because this is going to be a bit pain. It'd just be, 6 by 6. They're just going to have to click 36 things later if I want to change that. Oops, group that. C, V, 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 V. Put these all here. Group them all to the left. Space them out. All right, so that gives me my grid. It looks like a lot to look at, and that's what makes sort of the puzzle aspect here, is that this is a lot to look at. There's a lot here, and I'm not going to change the colors of the individual ones because it's already enough to be misleading. I want it very simple. And the tracks are all like that. We can rotate them at random, which means I'm going to ungroup this first of all, just so I can copy them quickly. And I have to have a bunch of letters in here as well. All right, go to here. Making a random grid of letters is kind of annoying, right? And I never really know what's the best way to do that. Oops. Do I want to group those all later? I'm just going to ungroup everything now because I have to get back to it. And let's see what I have. Let's see what I have. How am I going to do that? Should be fine. How do I make a random line of letters? Just 36 letters. And I have to choose my answer. The question is how far would you have to step? It's not that hard. Like, once you know the pattern, it won't be a hard word. So pick my answer. The answer should be, let's say, if I chose an answer like simple, it would use all 6 animals. But do I want to use all 6 animals? Or do I just want to use 4 of them? Each one has only one highlight. The frog is right here. This guy's right here. This one's right here. This one's right here. This one's right here. And this one's right here. So those are the highlighted ones. And those will be like the answer, and you have to walk between them. So the idea is that you start with frog, and you have to recognize this is frog, and I'll put some fingerprints up there somehow, because I don't want people to guess this. I mean, you may not know what a frog's fingerprints or footprints look like. I didn't really either. It makes sense it's a frog, but I mean, maybe people don't know. No, that's good enough. And you start with frog, and it's going to show you the next letter. So there's going to be a lot of misdirection here as well. And so I'm just going to choose the answer to start with here first of all. Yeah, let's just do the answer one first. It's starting with frog. So what's the answer going to be? Maybe it should be something like ribbit. Ribbit is a good answer. I say ribbit. Ribbit. Ribbit is a good answer, or it should be something simple. You could guess that, but nobody would guess it. If you guessed like an animal sound, fine. And if you start spelling, the idea is if you start spelling it, you can't guess the end, but ribbit. It's an odd enough sound that once you hear it, it'll definitely be frog. You'll definitely understand it, assuming you know English sounds of animals. But if you're trying to spell it out like raw rib, you probably won't get it. All right, so let's do the positive case first. We start with frog. R. Then I'm just going to take this one. Frog goes to this one, and this one is... Actually, let's just get rid of all the other ones first, so I'm not distracted. So this is where if you watch the show, and then you can tell your friends, they can show it to you, and you can just be like, hey, look how quick I can solve this one. Of course, they won't believe you anyways. If you gave it to them, they'll know you've already solved it. R. And this one goes over too, and this is already hard enough to solve, to here, right here. This is an I. rib. Now I want to choose one up here. Let's go not to that hand. Let's go to this one right here. Let's go to here. Rib. And this was this one here. Ungroup those again. I want this one, and it has to go down by the eyes. So you can see what the pattern here is forming. That you follow the R, you go to the I, then you go to B. Now from the B, I want to go, now I can go to this hand, which is right here. It's really close by, and that may not be so bad. Another B. And it goes to the hand. So let's take the hand and put it up here. That was the possum. Doesn't quite fit, but I'm gonna be sort of okay with that. We could change it a little bit later, but the spacing gets really hard. And now we have to go another eye. So what I want to go somewhere over here if possible, like this one here. I already did. This is the one there. You already know which one it is. So it's got to be this one here, which goes down here. Or that was the frog. Or this one, which goes right in the middle. By T. They're all kind of in the middle, which is not what I want. I think I want to change the order of one of these ones. So this one here I don't want there. I kind of want that one over there. And this is just so these things are spaced around a bit more. Actually, wait. Gotta do the bottom as well. Because it feels better when you have it spaced around. Otherwise, it's like, you're always in the one spot. So this is actually over here now. The B is here. I'm going to leave the B there as well. I will change it afterwards. So now I'm over here. That'd be good. That'd be good. Going down this corner would be good. You don't really want this diagonal here. So I think this one should be further down as well. This one should also be actually over there. Although this one's over here now. This one's over here. So make it go to that one. And I'll rotate this one just so it fits better. Have to be careful about the rotation, that maybe I don't want it because people might think they're supposed to follow the direction it's going. So I might reconsider that and I might make them all point up so it's not misleading. Because what I'm saying is that there is a direction here, the temptation is to go here and walk up one and follow it, but that won't be correct. It may be an acceptable misleading, but I don't know. So I have R, this goes down to, this is no longer the right place because this is over, shit, I said that was going over there now. This is going over here. I goes over there now. I copied the wrong one. I already had that one. So that one shouldn't go there. So R, I, and this one goes to the claws up here, B, and this one goes over here. R-I-B-B, and this one now should go down to this one here. This is an I here, which means it's this guy, this hand. Now I've got that puzzle going there. All right, puzzles are good, puzzles are good. R, I, B, B, and it goes down I. And now we need the T somewhere. And the T is the only letter we have left is, got the hand, got that one. We don't have this one. That goes right in the middle here, and that should be fine. Now, what do I put in the T, though? The T is an interesting one. What do I put there? Because it can't be possibly on there. Because then you want people to stop. And so what I could do is put it up there. Just choose another one. Choose one that's like really random. Like goose or pigeon or... Yeah, let's do that. Which one do I pick? Mole? Goose would draw somebody's attention to it. Who might a frog hang out with? A frog might hang out with, what are the stories? Frog and toad, frog and nothing. Nobody hangs out with frogs. Anyway, with pigeon. So pigeon now, I have to change its size. I don't remember what size the other ones. Pigeon. Now I can give an extra clue with this then, like frog goes off to pigeons. And that might actually be that. Might put a picture of a frog and then ending on a pigeon, and it's clear this is a bird. There's no mistaking that it's a bird. You have to assume some world knowledge. If somebody can't distinguish this as a bird from all these other ones, then I don't know. So I'm going to frog and just say pigeon here. And I'll replace that with cute little graphics afterwards. Frog, pigeon. And it'll be a word, and you find the word, and that should be enough of that. I can't do only one of those, though. Because if you do one of such things, it gets misleading. So I'll put it like on the other eye. Whoa. Because otherwise somebody will see it and they'll know that one's special. They already know it's special. And I could actually put other symbols in there as well, just to keep it interesting where you can't follow the track. So if you're on the wrong one, it just throws you off. But then I have the thing that there's more confusion. So I'll just do a couple of those. Put them near other places. Like there's a pigeon walking through here as well. There's 36 of them. That probably should be enough. And I could take a chicken as well, but I think that's enough. And I think I've decided, so it's not confusing, that all of these will be vertical. As cute as it was to put them walking around the side, I think it could be misleading as to what the puzzle is. Even though it's simple enough, I'm so uncertain about that. I'm so uncertain about what to do on that, whether I move them or not, because it's just cuter to have them all walking around the side. It also makes the association difference to screw it. No. Why can't I backspace now? Yeah, I'm going to walk them that way. And then in the middles, yeah, there's going to be one misleading thing. It's going to be that there's other things there, or I make the middle ones all go straight up. And then it's clear. You're going to have the ones around the side, and it's harder to match. But then the ones going up and down just have to be up and down. That's a legitimate option. So these have to be like this. And then there's no confusion that you're going up or something. You're not walking around. But that's an interesting idea for another puzzle, is following them walking around through there. Let me verify this is correct. If we start at the frog is right here. It matches on all sides. Look at this. Then we go to the bear paw. The bear paw is this one here, which goes down here, which is the eye. And the eye, that was probably a wolf's claw. The eye goes to the bigger claw here, down here. It's all of them there, B. And this goes to the possum paw, which is B, R-I-B-B. And this goes to that paw, which is here, I. Which goes to this paw, which is the T. So that says rivet. So we get rivet if you follow the puzzle. It's enough to keep in your head. You can do that. You write the name down. Now I have to stick in the rest of the letters. And I'm going to take this one, put it in a couple places as well. I'll make it vertical. These are slightly different. That's the reason why I'm putting them in twice. I don't know why a grouping makes it so weird. I'm just going to get them all in, and then I'll figure out where to put them. I think I have enough spaces to just randomly throw them all in there. Okay. Yeah, let's pick one close by. Why not? Nah, it's more fun spread out. Okay. probably don't need as many of them. Because I have those extra ones, there's going to be some missing. So let's just cut out some of those ones and go right to the next one. Take a couple of this side instead. One, two, three, four, five. Well, I have a lot left. No, I could use more of those then. This is just all annoyingly misleading if you start in the wrong one. So I don't know how that's supposed to stop. So, although I thought it might have been easy, this might make it extremely hard to decide if you end up in the wrong one, how you detect you're something wrong. I don't know about that then. Now I have 1, 2, 3 left, 4. Let's go take another one. Let's take a chicken. Yeah, the chicken will line up with bird really weirdly though. So let's take a... Because if you see pigeon, you might get... So it's, yeah, no. Hare. Oops. Hare can go there. And I'll just take the other hare one. All right, I've got them all filled in now. Painfully, that's a bit slow now. Now, to try to get these all lined up so they look reasonable, I'm gonna make it per letter. So actually, I'm not gonna do too much on that first because I want to do the letters in first. So we have ribbit. And I have to get other letters in here, and they should be common ones. I mean, otherwise it's just a bit weird. Oh, I already have enough B's, so let's do, let's put another R or something. T, how am I supposed to do this? Common letters. I just stick a Q in, who knows? And you have a Q, you have to have a U. Why not? And it's just fun to have all letters. I said the common ones, but that actually might lead to a bunch of words being formed, so it'd be better if words weren't formed. Oh, wait, before I do this, shit. Like rib, R. Where did I put the I? Make sure these ones are highlighted so I don't screw them up. I, R-I. B, that one over here, B, this went to that funny one, I, and T. Can make those ones yellow. That's our answer for now, just so I remember where it's at. So I changed the rest of them here. Just all the A's can go away. I probably would have been enough to know that too. M, N. Now I put 2 N's because sometimes you have the duplicate ones, and the second T as well. No, we already have T's. Got to put some more vowels in here. O, A, E, O, O. Have some duplicates. So another H, J, J. J is good. J is good. J is good. Another G, because that forms duplicate words sometimes. And an L, definitely an L. Why not an L? L. We have the X, the Q, W, X, Y, V, W. W is going to be wide, so I don't want to stick it in there. Like W is just going to be too big to fit, so no W. That makes the design harder. All right, then I'm going to have to do another A, B. I have to do a D. No, I think there are an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, P. Let's go P here. B, Q, R, S, T, U, V. S I have, T, U, V, V I don't have. V, where are you, V? Let's put the V right here. V. That's one that's not used at all. Can't possibly, doesn't even match. V. I've got too many A's still. W, X, Y, and Z. I have a Y. Most common letter. Let's put another S in here. And put a C. I don't have a C. C. That gives enough way to spell words, and you're going to have to find the correct way to spell the word. Now let balance see all these things correctly. Fit it in the space they have. The I's a bit off, so let's move that a bit. The O I can move over a bit slightly because there's no space there. Move the frog over. Actually, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Put this up. The I looks a little bit off balance, and move that over there. That looks good. Move that up. Move that up. It's good. Move this over. That was too far over. This one maybe I should change the color. This one should go down a bit. Up. That one's okay. The N can go over slightly. They don't have to be perfectly aligned. It means that A can go over slightly too because it's got a bit more space there. This M is a bit tight there, but I can move this over slightly. And this B can go over more. That N can definitely go over more. I just want to make sure there's space in between. The T can go over a bit that way. Q, S, come on. The S and the J and the A could be a little bit more off-centered there. AI, this one could go over the whole thing. This is all looking reasonably okay. All right, so you have the things, they all four sorts, so you're not going to follow that path from frog to pigeon. All right, so I'm going to check it again. You have, start at the frog. The frog is right here, frog, frog. Actually, this is the same on both sides. This is the same on both sides, same, 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 same. Same, 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 same. So R, frog is the R. It goes to this one here, which is over here. R-I, and this one goes to the other one, R-I-B, and B goes over to here. And this one goes off to this one, I, which goes off to the small paw print, which is the T and ends in the pigeon. It means we're done. Whew. So these ones can now get back the other color. All of these ones, yeah, I'm going to group these all together because I might have to do this more than once. One by one, click, 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 click. Here I go, click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. Okay, and these should be the color of this. I think that's a good color because I want them to have a high contrast there. The other ones could have a different color. It's hard to say. Maybe the outside one should have a different color as well. I don't know. I never know about these things. Colors, it's just like, it looks like a puzzle this way, but this color is a little bit off. What if I make this color? My color. Yeah, no. Let's group them all together anyways. I could do that and then make it darker, but they look the same color. There's a reason I want them to look a different color, so you're not confused by them. I don't know what colors they should be, so let's work on the frog and pigeon for now and see what happens there. Save that and see we have frog and pigeon. Let's go off to open clip art. See what they have for a frog. Frog. Cute little frog. I want a cute frog. Oh, there's a super cute frog, but can I find a pigeon drawn the same way? Rest of the frogs, not as cute. There's one too. I'm just looking for frogs that are drawn in a reasonable style that I can copy. Frog. This is a decent frog too. This is a really super decent frog. This one I think I already have. And that one's too realistic. That's going to cause a problem. In the odd case, somebody happens to have a pigeon the same way, I'm going to grab that one though. All right, that's enough. Let's go for pigeon now. Pigeon. Well, that's not good. Let's just go for bird. Because I can do one of the other birds. I can replace the bird symbol. There's a cute little bird. We're just going to find a pattern of matching ones that looks good. No. That's another bird that works. That's one decent style there. There's a cute little one there that might match with some of them. So many birds. That's another cute one. I wish I could throw these all on one page, the ones I want. Okay, so I have a frog, a super cutesy frog, a green one. That's a lovely frog. That's the same as that one. There was no realistic bird I want to use. That'll be too hard to use. And this one, no, that doesn't have the same caliber as other ones. This one is maybe best comparable to that one. Those two might go together. Like, not really, but could be. This one's got that 3D shape going on, and the other ones are flat. Like, this bird is flat. So also 3. So this bird is really not the caliber I want it to be. So it also has flat shading, but do I have a flat shaded green guy? Maybe that one. That one just doesn't quite line up. Nor does that one. Nor does that one. I think they keep looking for birds. Next bird. It's hard to find the right clip art. This one actually looks really nice. That's a high quality one. I should have kept the high quality frog. There's a high quality bird. But it's hard to separate from that. It's a decent quality one here too, but maybe I shouldn't, because there's no way I'm gonna. Bird. I don't really have the same style of birds. Well, which one do I prefer using? I really like this one. But let's go to this officer. Maybe he has a frog, because I like that style. Frog. No, I want it just inside there. How do I do that? How do I search just inside there? I don't know how to search. Frog GDJ? That's not really. I could take that frog. That frog and that bird don't quite line up. These almost line up, but this one, like, what about this one? No, that one's no good. I don't like these styles. I'd only take that style. Now, I want a frog that goes with that one. Oh, I spend too much time on some of these things. They're going to be a tiny graphic that most people are going to ignore. This is a cooler looking frog that can go with that bird. It's not quite the same style, is it? I think it'll be close enough. Need a different bird. Okay, so this is by GDJ. They're both GDJ because we're looking at them. Okay, so we're going to take this, and I have to make a file to track the files I use, just to give them credit for it. So this will be animal tracks.mdl. I don't remember how I marked that. Files. Let me check how that looked at the other ones. Oh, this is art source. I mean to generate them, but I don't generate them on the page yet, but I want to. And this is from GDJ. This is the profile. Gordon Dylan Johnson. Let's make sure I get the spelling exactly correct. And I have a second one from him, or her, or from them, I should say. Make sure I get the right. Witch's hat. So let's download this guy, the SVG one. Why is it doing it here? It doesn't help me. Save it as. Ah! Damn you. I'd put this in here as well. File. Profile and name. This is from, who is this one from? Macro Vector. That sounds like a very individual. Unfortunately, I do not know who the individual author of that is, just a company called Macro Vector. Get that in there as well, though. Put that one away. I can now save this one as, save page as frog wearing witch's hat. That's perfect files. Thank you, OpenClipArt, for having really nice file names. Save page as cute bird chirping. Perfect. I hope this is a proper branch there. All right, so what is it? I'm going to do this part 2 here. The title is Animal Tracks. Description. See, if I say, what did the frog say? People are just naturally going to say ribbit. Ribbit. Which is fine. What did the frog say to bird? What kind of bird is it? Can we call this a blue jay? I don't know. And the answer, of course, is ribbit. It doesn't matter if you type uppercase, lowercase, the program will handle that. Okay. Back to my animal tracks to stick in the cube arts. Oh, look, I get spam chat. Somebody wants to sell me followers. Isn't that nice of them? Should I buy some followers for myself? Nah. I'll stick with you, great people. Imports. Singles. Nope. Singles. Stuck. Cute bird and fries. Import both of those. Include. Include. There we go. Big frog guy. Frog guy is too big. They're going to go up there. Do I want to keep the hat on him? I might. Let's check it out if it works exactly as is. That's going to end up taking too much space. Nah, the hat doesn't blend. Oh no, it's one of these ones that has no more groups. I don't know why some people export them that way. No, whoa, whoa, whoa. I like when things are nicely grouped. Makes it easier to work with, but I mean also, I didn't pay anything for this one. So I got a shout out to him. Thanks to Gordon for these images. Oh, I have a pixel failure on my screen. It's a little tiny bit of red here. I wonder why that came from. And a weird bit of brown. But the brown was better than that. Let's just do, something went wrong with that color. There we go. We get a frog. These are really large frogs. Let's get them shrunken down to size. Now the bird's going to be a bit weird if I have him on a stick. It all depends whether I can get rid of the stick and still have the feathers behind it. Very good. There we go. Frog, pigeon, you gotta look this way. That's not just artistic in nature, that's just so I can put his feathers down here and doesn't interfere with the puzzle. What did frog say to the bird? Should be what did frog say to bird, or what did the frog say to the bird? We're gonna give them proper names. What did the frog? Yeah, I don't. Yeah. What did the frog say to the bird? Some of this stuff is tough to decide now. Like, what do I do? This is hello. Why the hell are you like that? Weird. What did the frog say to the bird? Okay, now I need frog tracks. That's the important part of this. I need those frog tracks up there, just so that somebody has a reference. Right, you need to walk in the reference a little bit so we know how to start somehow. Although honestly, his feet are pretty damn clear right there. I'm just worried about how hard that is. His feet are pretty clear that this is the only one that could be frog. Well, you know what? This is why I do these puzzles. I can see, what did you start here? But it should be more like, what did frog say on the way to bird? So it implies, what did the frog say on the way? What did the frog say on the way to the bird? What did the frog say on the way to the bird? That's a difficult one. I don't mind. I thought it would be an easy puzzle, but I made it harder. I have a good chance of making things harder. It's better like once you figure out the rules, once you figure out where to start. Frog. What's with frog? You have frog, and you start with an. See, this is really super hard. How do you start? How do you know to start with the frog? I don't know if that's too hard. Is that too hard? I have a feeling it is. I have a feeling I have to put those footprints up there. feeling I'm going to take these and put them all over the place up here somewhere. The idea is to make a track. Now, obviously, frogs don't make this type of track. We'll let people think about the fact they hop, but that gives it obvious that there is a track. I'm not certain about any of that. I'm not certain about any of that at all. I think all of this, I think first of all, it should be ungrouped. No, wait a second, just go out of here. I'm gonna go into this group. Go to that group. I want to move the whole thing down a little bit. These are getting a bit big, so I'm going to make them a bit smaller. You know, I can even make the pairs here, so it's clear that you have a pair. And another pair over there. So it's not just design up here. It's important that when I like to do the design, is I like to incorporate the graphics into the design. And I think that tripped people up on the clock puzzle. And the clock puzzle here, that there's no, the background is part of it and the text is part of it. It's not just a question. The clock strikes midnight. The clock there was very clear that its clock is striking me. The birds are awake, that's flavor text, who one by one, indicating some kind of order, get up and grab a snack. So the clue is definitely there, and I think this kind of makes it hard there. And so what did the frog say? So frog is very clear. Frog say on the way to the bird. So we have frog and the way to the bird. Now there's no bird here track except here. And so if you look, there's somehow you have to end up in the bird track. Now this is obviously a pigeon. I want a different bird. So let's go get a different bird first of all. What other bird do I have? A grouse. This looks like a generic bird, pigeon, chicken. I mean, I could leave it with that one. We don't know for sure which one. That looks like a bird track as well, right? Yeah, that's reasonable enough for a bird. Generic bird. Grouse, I don't know. I don't know which one's closest to that one. It's the three-pronged one with the back. We can leave that as the pigeon. So now I have what did the frog say to the bird? I'm not so happy with the coloring now. And I can give away a clue here a lot. Like if I just did this and take his color, that really gives away quite a bit. I take a darker green. I didn't really like those colors. Oh, the coloring, the coloring, the coloring, the coloring. I think if mine looks too, I mean, this coloring works. We have our puzzle now. I mean, I have the puzzle, animal tracks. I could just encode this and upline it. We have an actual puzzle here. I'm not so super happy with the coloring, and I don't know why. I don't know what's bugging me about it. It's the two colors here and here. What if I make them really blue? Or blue? Or blue? Or red? Or the color of his feet? None of this is becoming the way I want. So maybe the letters are wrong. If I make the letters all a different color, let's make them all, group them together. And then it can be misleading as well. Because if you vary too much stuff, then people don't know. And I think this one is already hard enough to figure out. Even though I wanted a simple one, because I chose the tracks and because of the way the text is done, it could have been easier. Easier would be if I just put the 4 tracks up there and I didn't have the path to follow from here. And that's what I was tempted maybe to do, is that I was just going to have this initial grid and then do that way, but this is good. I'm almost happy with that, but that's just weird. I'm almost wondering if that should just be desaturated. Because the text doesn't play the vital role. It's there, but I don't know. These ones, I can give another clue. Start in this one, then you go to that one. That actually makes sense as a clue. I think I'm going to go with this. I think I'm going to try this one out. This is again why I do the static ones, to get an idea of what it is. Design-wise, it's really hard to get them all perfect here. I don't necessarily like this color pattern because it's such a regularity, though it's going to be hard to find something. I mean, they have 3 different colors, the boxes. It might be too busy with the boxes. Let me group them all together. That might be what's bugging me, is there's just too much there, but I have to be careful without the boxes. That you have to know the association correctly. Whew. Repetition. It's not like programming where you can get. You know, I think that's clean enough. That's clear. I think that's clean enough. That makes it super busy, and this cleans it up a bit. Which also means I could take these ones and make it the color of that. So the other idea was I get rid of all these paws. That makes it super clean. But then I have to give the 4 letters up there, and then it makes it a really simple puzzle. With the pause, now you have to find the first one, and then figure out which the next one is you go to. I like that more. It makes the puzzle harder though. It's like definitely 2 layers to this puzzle. I could definitely make it 1 step easier by getting rid of that. It would make it look super clean. But, well, obviously you would, and it's just the 4 footprints, and then it's clear that you have to go there. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna test it out. Make some hard puzzles here. So this is what it is. This is where it'll be. It'll be at edA-qa's room singles, edA-qa'sroom.com singles animal tracks. That's precisely where it's going to be, and I'm going to finish uploading. I'm going to make sure it works and finish uploading it. I'm not going to upload it today though, because I have a competition today with my other game, and I don't want to risk screwing up anything on the server right now. So I'm not going to upload anything now, even though it's isolated, even though this is isolated. I don't want to screw something up right now, because in 2 hours they start playing a game, and so I can wait. This is not vital. I can post this tomorrow. It's better anyways when people can't traffic. And so this is a puzzle. Animal tracks. What did the frog say to the way to the? What did the frog say on the way to the bird? And the answer is clearly ribbit. I can adjust this one a bit here. The answer is ribbit. And you get that by starting the frog tracks. The tracks are here. On the way, there's tracks, frog, frog. Start with a frog. Start with a frog. Here's the frog. And then you have this track, which means you go over to the I over here, because that's where the tracks line up. All right, so this is hard enough. We'll leave it at that. That's my question for today. What did the frog say to the bird? And I thank you for watching this. I can do another one today. Not this. I might design something else. I think I'm going to leave it for the stream, and I won't stream today, but I might do another puzzle later this week for the other game for edA-qa's room, because I have a new technique where I want to do a flag puzzle. But this is the frog puzzle. It'll go up there again. edA-qa's room.com singles animal tracks. The other ones are already there if you want to go look at snacking bears. There are other ones there. I'm not making an index. You can feel free to share them. It helps bring people to my site so they can check the answer. And they're cute little puzzles to share that are nicely branded. Yeah, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, take care.